No.
Like, I mean, I don't know, it just felt like that, you know, and that was me. It was
Okay.
a little bit confusing because of that, but it was me.
Okay. Anybody else have anything you want? How did you feel with a person there?
It was fine. You know, when we run through the second time, I got lost in the lines more than I did the person that I was talking to.
Yeah.
But it's always good when you have someone to play off of.
Right.
I think it's kind of a cheat in a little way because it's easier to kind of play off someone. This is my opinion.
Yeah.
But you know, coming up, you run it through your head a million times, and it doesn't always happen the way you exactly planned. But that doesn't mean it's wrong or right. So sometimes when things don't go exactly the way you're expecting, you have to adjust with it.
Yeah, that's an interesting point you make, because you got to be, you know how we plan these things in our mind when we get up there, and then somehow when it rolls out, it just crawls out of the pond and it becomes something else.
Mm-hmm.
You know, grows legs and walks away. And you got to allow that, that's the creative process. So you got to allow it to kind of go from moment to moment wherever you are with it, you know, I think. You did something interesting, the second one, that I want to point out and you might want to think about. There's two schools of thought here. When you're emotionally engaging an audience or a person, you always want to keep that contact. And the second one, when he forgot his line a little bit, he looked down. And I thought it was interesting for a minute because I said, oh, he doesn't want to share that. And so he's turning away. And there may be moments in there you find that where the guy's saying stuff that he doesn't want to say about him or his father or whatever. Mm-hmm. And the second time you did it, you just reacted off of her. And I didn't know what you were doing, because you were obviously not just sitting there. You were.
I was definitely reacting.
Yeah, and then whatever you were.
And then he teared up, and I teared up.
Yeah, whatever you were giving him, he took, and that's what he's basically saying. That you got to go where you got to go, and you may be right, may be wrong, but that's what it is at that moment. You go with it. Yeah. And if you have that understanding, then I'm not worried about you at all. So the question is, for you, is not an acting question, it's a business question. Mm-hmm. And the question is, why aren't you getting out more? And you have to think about how to create some more time to make that happen.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So,
no,
you know, we all have to
work. That's
work.
one thing that, like, and I'm not, I'm honestly not brown nosing or kissing ass when I say this, but it's one thing that really encouraged me when I first came into class with you, was how you had spoke and you reiterated today on getting out there and doing it.
You have to.
You know, and because the first few years, I mean, I moved out here when I was 18, and I had the agent already waiting for me and all that, and, you know, it was kind of like an audition a month or something like that, and then it just gets slower and slower and slower, and then you end up becoming comfortable with that.
Right.
Okay with it. And then it got to the point where it was like I felt so out of the game that when I did get an audition, I felt anxiety, and I never had that before. I mean, I'm not egotistical or cocky or anything like that, but I'm confident in what I can and can't do as an actor. And when you don't practice, when you don't keep going, I think it affects you more than just a talent level, but it's also a confidence level.
Yes.
And when you walk in and you're not confident, if you can't believe yourself, no one's going to believe you.
Exactly.
So
we have to get you on track, because your time is now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It is. I mean, your age, everything. You know, I'm not saying you're old. I'm saying now.
Yeah.
It's your age.
And it feels right. It feels like now.
Yeah, it's now.
Yeah.
And so you gotta carve out your piece of this earth right now. Yeah. And you know what? Maybe no one's going to give it to you. You're going to, some people just get it, and maybe for you, you're going to have to carve it out. But you're going to have that expectation of now, that you want to create that, and you're not going to take any prisoners. It's got to be now. And whatever the barriers are from getting you to now, you have to address. I'm not suggesting you quit your job or anything like that.
No, absolutely not. But the thing that it's funny that you bring that up, because I was originally going to school for physical therapy.
Okay.
And then I told myself, I said, you know, I'm going to be spending years and years and so much of my time and effort into just trying to do that, and that's not even what I really want to do.
Right.
And I just pulled away, and I said, you know what, that's not what I'm doing anymore, and I'm investing in what I came out here to be and what I feel like is what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah, because ultimately when the curtain falls, you're the one that's going to face it. Yeah. And so you have to do it. And you know what I find is there are people who want to be actors, many I meet, and then they don't really want to be an actor. I don't get that from you.
Yeah.
I think that you want to be an actor, and what's happening is you're getting pulled into some other things, and what I want you to do is focus. Your focus and your work's gotta happen off the stage. You gotta get that happening. If you start going out on auditions, you're gonna pop. You're gonna happen. I guarantee, and I don't guarantee anything, if you get out there, go out, and you go out repeatedly, like, you have a commercial agent?
I do, but like I said before, I have a
Get rid of
commercial and a dramatic agent. It's through the same agency, but it's two different agents that work out. But like I said, there's nothing really happening there, so it's just kind of like
Who are you with commercial?
dramatic artist agency. It's they work both dramatically and
Okay.
commercially.
So maybe a goal for you would be a couple of things. One is to look around at some agents, maybe to get some stuff going, like a couple of films, or get in a workshop where that has a show, a showcase.
Yeah.
So you get some people, just something to get some juices going,
Yeah.
and so you can get some energy going. And then what'll happen with you, I think, I don't know you that well, is you're going to be empowered by that.
Yeah.
In other words, you're going to get into it, and all of a sudden, bam, you're going to just make it all happen. It's just what happens is we get tired, we go to work, we do this, and then we don't have any energy, and that becomes our life. And you need to change up, and you'll be okay, because you got a great look for casting. I'm serious.
Thank you.
So do it, man. It's like and get out there. And I guarantee this, and I guarantee that if you put yourself forward, and I was listening to you talk, I'm watching you perform. If you put all that out there, you're gonna get a positive feedback.
Okay.
And I think that you just have to do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Good work.
Thank you.